What's up guys? We are back with another One Punch Man, the strongest YouTube video. We have here right now a guide for beginners and of course free to P players that are new in the game. So we will be talking about the tips and advices and guides that will surely help you in playing the game. When you start the game, quests are unlocked at level 13 and so on, and many other daily quests will be unlocked as you level up in the game. So daily instances, club challenge, and many other stuff will be in the game as you progress in the game. So first of all, finish up all of your dailies. So your dailies are located here. There are plenty of quests to finish. So that is the best way to get XP and coins and of course level up as fast as you can. So of course, next one we have here finishing up daily instances every single day. This is the best way to get XP cans for upgrading level of the characters. Here you get plenty of coins and notes that are used for upgrading your battle points. So of course, what I will note to everyone, even on my account review series early on the game, you don't hoard your notes. Why? Because it will hinder your progress, and because of training instances, this is one way to upgrade my battle points into 1.3 million. So when you are doing the training instances, or when you do training upgrades, you don't do it one by one. You don't do it by 10. Of course, you do it one by one, as it is the most efficient way to get the best of upgrades in training hall. So it will not be efficient if you just do it 10 times, and it will be really costly for you, and of course it will result to getting lower BP than what you usually can. Next, there is spending gems on stamina. But spending gems on stamina should be not overboard, especially for those who are beginner and don't know how the game works, and of course for free-to-play players that does not have the luxury to spend in the game. So the ideal spending of stamina or gems in stamina is only about 150 cost of stamina for every 60. So after this 90 over 90, you get 150 per purchase. That is the maximum you can go. You can't go overboard to 250 as it will be really expensive, and of course it is almost a pay to win territory. So that is off the chart for beginners and of course for free to play players. So next, so it is amazing for you to join or create the strongest club for you to get stronger. It will be very beneficial to you, especially that you unlock club bosses early with a set of players that are active and of course will be strong in the game. Next is leveling up the important characters that has or that have only the rarity of being SRs. Why we are focusing on SRs? Because they are the best characters, or easiest characters to upgrade in the game. So the five, of course, for me, the five best SR characters in the game are of course Golden Ball, Conbo for PvP, and of course Amai, Beast King, and Genus for PvE. Why I am going for GB and Conbo for PvP is because GB is an AoE character that does a shatter or additional damage to everyone, and of course Conbo is good for a DOT team, which can be composed with CK, VM, of course with a Subterranean King. But of course we get here GB for, of course we will get CE, Tatsumaki, or Atomic Samurai, which is good for them to have a team composition in terms of PvP. And of course, in terms of PvE, in terms of going to club challenges, BK, Amai, Genus work well together. So these three, as being only SR, does more damage than any other SSR in terms of club challenges. So Amai inflicts injury to the enemy, then of course Beast King does follow up in injured enemies. And of course, Genus is a core that can be used in upgrading or in surviving in the club challenge, which is very important in terms of club bosses that will have high damage. And of course, Genus core will provide you with a lot more rounds to go into, which will make BK and Amai go crazy in terms of dealing damage. So of course, in early stages of the game, what you need to keep in mind, guys, is that we have the HXV, or the hero versus villain event, which the KS of Atomic Samurai is the number one or the best reward that you can get in the game. So this is pretty important in the early game if you get all of the necessary SSR that I mentioned and some pretty good SR. So you still have a chance in hero versus villain event, where you can get KS of AS, which will surely be useful if you are a new player and of course a free-to-play player. So upgrades are important, especially with team composition as a free-to-play. You don't need to focus on PvE, but of course focus on PvE, and of course dealing with the characters that are in the hero versus villain. So of course, having the 5 SRs that I mentioned earlier will surely help you out in going through the ranking in this particular event. So the next guide that I will be talking about is clearing up boss challenge. So every single day, this is an important clearing to do. So why? As this will provide you with badges that will help you out to limit break your characters. Challenging this every day will provide you a lot of BP increase, and of course unlock the passive of characters that you acquire early on the game. So next we are in the stage of the game where we are receiving new LSSR and we get to buy the limited vouchers. You need to buy all of the 36 BT, which appears every first week of the month in the shop, with the new release of a limited SSR, which will be amazing to save up for a free-to-play player. So you'll get a chance in getting limited SSR in the future as such. For example, Zombie Man era is coming near, which limited vouchers will be pretty amazing. So of course guys, in order for you to increase your battle points and for you to not to go into battle with other players and go through the ranking in heroes versus villain, there is the need to prioritizing gear stats than gear set. First of all, for frontline characters such as Tank Top, CK, Alloy, and other HP based characters in the game, you need HP plus HP percentage, which will help them survive the game even better. So gear set buffs what such as this one are really not important in early stage of the game. It is not beneficial, but there is always a but. For other things, if you guys get lucky in getting certain gear sets, such as like this one, a gear set of Gangster for BK, this will be very beneficial for you in terms of dealing more damage in club bosses, which means that you get higher chance in getting rarity purple in better gear sets, which is very important for you. So gear sets might not be that strong, but there are chances you'll get gear set with good stats, which is pretty amazing, which is rare, but of course, it might happen to some of those beginner players and of course free-to-play players that know what they are doing. So next, the efficient way of spending vet is very important. So vet meaning vitality, which you can get here. So what I can suggest for those beginners is you buy only one or twice, which will cost you only 100 gems. So buying two times additional vet might be useful early on. The hoarding vet is good in terms of nearing to open floor 6, which will be open during when you are a level 40. Then of course when you are level 50 you unlock floor 9, which gives you the chance to get a purple. Next of course, but if events are not open, then a natural disasters are not a good investment. What I suggest for you guys is hoard your vitality for you to get more items during events that are most likely have better gears, better keepsakes that are offered through events. So of course, the events that we have right now is the convenience store event, which needs a lot of vitality. And of course, the last event that we have is the Halloween event, which you really need a lot, I mean a lot of vitality to get the keepsake of Konbo. That is just an example. And of course, lastly, we are heading into the best or one of the best way to increase your battle points as a pay to win. I mean a free to play, especially like me. Of course, I am a free to play player with a 1.3 million and of course a first and of course top 1 in my server right now. So to the best you can do or the best you can do is to max out each character to 3 star in this figurine. So the reason why I got my account as a free to play get to 1.3 million already is through upgrading the figurine. So what I do in figurine is I always look into upgrading signs, which you can get here if you have certain characters that are ready to upgrade. So what I do is upgrade 2 characters each day or maybe 2 times a day. But before I do figurines, I finish up boss challenges for me to get all the badges and of course see if who is available to upgrade. So it's all about slow and steady for newbies and of course for free to play. So these are the best ways to increase your battle points and of course to increase your level and of course for you to start hoarding and saving up for more important items rather than spending your gems in any kind of items. But of course, what I have said, there are many better things or important things to buy. So that is all for me guys for today's guide for beginners and free to play. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on my next video.